Ole Miss is still standing, still dancing, and still very much alive in the college football playoff.
In front of a packed Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, the Rebels overwhelmed Tulane and punched their ticket to the quarterfinals, turning a historic night into a celebration that will live forever in Oxford. The crowd itself became part of the story. Thousands packed the stands, many wearing Santa hats, creating a sea of red and blue and setting a world record in the process. The atmosphere felt more like a festival than a football game, and the team fed off every ounce of that energy. From the opening kickoff, Ole Miss played fast, confident, and ruthless, pulling away early and never letting Tulane breathe.
By the time the final whistle sounded, the result was clear.
Ole Miss had delivered a dominant win and earned a date with Georgia in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day. The Rebels were moving on, and they did it under circumstances that few could have predicted just weeks earlier. This was Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin.
Kiffin, now the head coach at LSU, watched from afar as the program he helped build took its biggest step yet without him on the sideline.
After the game, he posted his reaction on social media, a reminder that while he is no longer in Oxford, his connection to the moment hasn't completely faded.
For 6 seasons, Kiffin reshaped Ole Miss football.
He brought relevance, wins, and belief, culminating in an historic season that ended with the program's first ever playoff appearance. But as the regular season wound down, uncertainty crept in. Interest from other SEC schools grew louder, and Ole Miss leadership demanded clarity.
Stay or go. There would be no middle ground. Kiffin chose LSU, but the timing made everything complicated.
He wanted to accept the job in Baton Rouge and still coach Ole Miss through the playoff.
The university said no. The split became final, emotional, and impossible to ignore. Yet what followed surprised many. Ole Miss didn't collapse. Instead, it stabilized.
Several assistants who followed Kiffin to LSU were allowed to return for the playoff run, joining offensive coordinator Charlie Weis Jr. and working under interim head coach Pete Golding. The transition could have been chaotic.
Instead, it looked seamless.
Golding's team played loose but focused, disciplined but aggressive. There was no sign of distraction, no hint of bitterness.
Just execution. Just belief. The win wasn't about erasing the past. It was about proving the program is bigger than one coach.
Ole Miss now carries momentum, confidence, and a locker room fully bought into the moment ahead.
The next challenge will be massive. Georgia awaits. The stage will be brighter.
The pressure heavier. But for now, Ole Miss gets to enjoy a night that felt impossible not long ago. The Rebels are still writing history, and this story is far from finished.